Vielen Dank. Jetzt für die Vereinigte Europäische Linke, Nordische Grüne Linke, Fabio De Masi.
Thank you, Chair. Even for the wonderful pronunciation of my name. I just wanted, no, it's an honest compliment. I just wanted to start with Luxembourg leaks or Juncker leaks, how I used to call it. Commissioner, you said that many of the things we observe currently in Luxembourg are possibly legal. And I think that is the core of the problem, because it's cynical and outrageous that we have the fact, those are the figures of the Commission, that EU member states lose roughly €1 trillion a year due to tax avoidance and tax evasion, and we tell people to cut back on state expenditure, basic health infrastructure, and so on. And you said that you're working on the consolidated corporate tax base. I just want to stress the fact that without minimum taxation, which is not possible with the current EU treaties, this might even intensify tax competition. So now my three concrete questions. First, is it true that the compliance of Luxembourg, the cooperation with the EU Commission, has significantly improved since Mr. Juncker is not anymore in office? What is your stance on that? Secondly, given the fact that at one point you will have to decide on whether you open a case on Luxembourg, and that according to the rules of procedure of the European Commission, those decisions are taken in the spirit of collective responsibility, how do you want to ensure that there's no conflict of interest on behalf of Mr. Juncker? Do you try to erect a Chinese wall, as bankers say, or how should that work? And my third question, if there is a case against Luxembourg pursued based on Amazon or Fiat Finance and Trade, and you are able to prove that there has been some preferential treatment of those corporations, and you open that case, do you still see Mr. Juncker suitable in his current position as EU Commissioner? And I invite you to answer this question kindly with yes or no. And if that's not possible for you, I give you an alternative option. If you would have to recommend a vinyl to Mr. Juncker, would it be Je ne regrette rien, the Edith Piaf, I Do It My Way by Frank Sinatra, or Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli?
Frau Kommissarin, bitte schön.
Well, I should warn you not to tempt me to sing myself. That would be awkward. First of all, we can have different sort of evaluation of the effect of a common consolidated corporate tax base. My view is that it would help, and also my view that it would help businesses who do not engage in tax planning as such to pay the tax that they're supposed to pay without having the costs of engaging a number of different tax lawyers in different countries to be able to do it in the right way. But that's, of course, different views is an obvious opportunity here. We experienced, yes, an improved cooperation with Luxembourg. I have not been doing any guesswork as to why this is so, but just being very pleased that it actually happens, because, of course, it makes our work much easier than it were. That was the first question. Second, on opening new cases, what we have done by now is to take the decision to open 4 cases after preliminary investigations. And most of those, I think 2 out of 4 of these decisions are now public. The third will be so in a few days, so that one can see what was sort of the preliminary investigations and why have this given rise to, what is the term? Reasonable doubts, in order to open a full investigation. So this will be public as well. And I have not heard of or myself experienced anything that would tie my hands. Not at all. On the contrary, what I have experienced and what I hopefully also gave you the strong impression of during my hearing is that I have free hands to do what I find to be the right thing in these cases. Third, I find it very important not to speculate, because for some businesses it is very not convenient in the bad way of the word, but it is very sound to get a tax ruling in order to know what taxes should I pay. Problem is, if these tax rulings are not fair, if they distort competition, if they get into the state aid area. And that is, I think, a very important issue. And therefore, I spend very little, if any, time on persons' issues and trying to look forward in order to do my job. Because I think it not only distorts competition to do so, but it also distorts the public debate. And we ought to debate tax and tax evasion and distort competition much more than any personal question.